Hello, my dear students. Good afternoon. Stay safe at home. Be hopeful. And let us come to discuss on the question answers of the first chapter, the third level. Now, we shall discuss the first question. Do you think that the third level was a medium of escape for Charlie? Yes, according to the story, we can say that the third level was really the medium of escape for Charlie. This medium of escape is really an imaginary medium, an imaginary word. There are two words, a real word and imaginary word. Real word is the word of New York, where Charlie was living really, and this old word was, this third level was only an imaginary word. So since you know that Charlie had got sick of the modern world, and that is why he wanted to escape to the third level. You know that this word or modern world was really full of fear, insecurity, war, stress and worries. That is why he did not want to live here. He wanted to go another place where he could live peacefully, hopefully and comfortably. That is why he imagined the third level, and this third level was really the medium for Charlie to escape from this modern world. The second question, what do you infer from Sam's letter to Charlie? Infer means to guess, to expect. So you know, Charlie had written Sam had written a letter to Charlie that really there was a third level where he had been lived for some weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and he had tried to set up his old business of feed and grain. He had collected there $800 rupees also, the rupees of worth $800 in order to start up his old business. And also he suggested them that third level was really existing and they should try until they find it. And in this way, you know that Sam was his psychiatrist friend. A psychiatrist is a psychological doctor also. So a psychological doctor always try to tell his patient in his favor. Number 3. The modern world is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry and stress. What are the ways in which we attempt to overcome them? Really, there are some ways in order to live comfortably, peacefully, in different word from the word of insecurity, fear, war and worries. So these ways are writing the poems, writing the stories, novels and other things, collecting the stamps. So many things are there that we can do. We can involve ourselves in doing these things, and we can escape ourselves from the busy and fast running life. Question number 3. Question number 4. Do you see an intersection of time and space in the story? Yes, we have seen in the story the intersection of time and space. There are the stories of two times. The stories of 1894 and the stories of 1984. Means there is a gap of century, 100 years gap. So there is intersection of times, old time and modern time, and also there is the intersection of space, the modern world of New York and the olden world of Galesburg, Illinois. In this way, we have seen the intersection of space and stories. Number 5. Apparent illogicality sometimes turns out to be a futuristic projection. Discuss. Really, sometimes when some people are talking and there is one who is speaking about the futuristic life, about the life of the future, so sometimes the other people see it a stupid thing, a fact of nonsense. But in the long run, in the future, it proves to be the real thing, means futuristic reality. We can see the example. Long ago, we have seen that the scientist, one was there, a scientist who was saying that the earth was moving around the sun, but the people did not believe it. But in the long run, it was proved that the earth was moving really around the sun. Means his illogical fact proved to be the future reality. Question number 6. Philately helps keep the past alive. Discuss other ways in which this is done. What do you think of the human tendency to constantly move between the past, the present and the future? Really, philately means the habit of collecting the stamps, the habit of collecting the other things, means the habit of collection is called philately. And sometimes it becomes the hobby of some people. Why does this become the hobby of some people? Because they want to collect something in their memory of the past. For example, some people have the albums in order to keep the photos and videos of the past things. In the same way, some people collect the stamps and other things in order to memorize the things which have been used in the past days. In this way, there are so many ways in which we can collect the things in our memory with the help of different mediums. And question number 7. You have read Adventure by Jayant Narlikar in Hornbill Class 11. Compare the interweaving of fantasy and reality in the two stories. Really, in that chapter we have seen that about the theory of quantum, means about the quantum theory. In the history, we cannot say that everything is real. Fantasy is also the medium of the people in order to escape themselves from the reality. In that story, we have seen that Rajendesh Pandey was also fancying about the futuristic thing. There were difference between the reality and the past thing. In this chapter also we have seen that there were difference between the past and the future. In this way we can see some similarities and some different things in these two stories. And in this way, my dear students, go through the lesson and revise the lesson and find out the answer of these questions. Thank you very much.